Okay, so sorry about that. Here are the rest of the problems that you'll be solving for today. 8 times 30 equals, basic fact that I can use to help would be blank. 8 times 30 equals blank. 6 times 80 equals blank. Basic fact that I can use to help is blank. 6 times 80 equals blank. Now we're going to get into division. And I know that this can seem really daunting, but you can use the facts that you already know. So, and I think that some of these might have been on the very first math warm-up slide. So the basic fact that I can use to help to solve 320 divided by 4 is 32 divided by 4. So create those 4 groups, count out 32, and then times that by 10, and you will have your answer, okay? And it will be correct every time. So then for the next one, 540 divided by 6, basic fact that you can use to help is 540 divided by 6 is Okay, moving on to English Language Arts. I will be able to create a summary using key events from a text. So we're not using details, we're using events. And the reason why we're using events for this text is because the format of the text is a little bit different. It's not informational, it's a story. And when we're talking about a story and we're talking about key events, we're talking about things that are happening to the character. So, in this unit, your goal is to learn more about how people prepare for storms. In previous lessons, you read a poem and a descriptive text that provided information about clouds and kinds of weather and climate. In these next lessons, you will learn about a boy who is visiting the family of an Eskimo whaling captain in Alaska. You practice strategies to read texts that explain weather and climate. You practiced how to find key details and identify main ideas. You learned how non-literal language can help you visualize what an author is describing and practiced using context clues to figure out meanings of domain-specific words. You also learned how using footnotes can increase your understanding of a text and help you read more effectively and efficiently. So this week you will use those strategies as well as others to help you read a longer text. Before we read, I want you to reflect on the strategies that you used. So these are the 2 questions that I would like you to answer. How does non-literal language help you visualize what an author is describing? Now, when I'm talking about non-literal language, I'm talking about the poem, and I'm talking about the metaphors. The blue sea, I think it was the green sea, and I think it was also described as a blue sea for the sky. So how is describing the plane as a green sea help you visualize what the author is describing? Okay. Why is it important to pay attention to footnotes when reading a challenging text? Same for the poem. That was where we had the footnotes at the bottom with the numbers that indicated that there were different things that had definitions at the bottom. How did that help? Why is footnotes important? So here is your new reading for this week. Weather and Climate, page 12, Water Sky. It is a long text. Don't start reading yet. Take a look at the pictures and the text and answer these questions on the next slide. What do you notice about the text and illustrations? Just what do you see? What do you predict this text will be about? Now that you've seen the pictures, you're looking at the title, what do you think this text is going to be about? Then you're going to only read paragraphs 1 through 16. It's a long text, so it's broken up into 2 days. Read paragraphs 1 through 16 and focus in on this question. How do these paragraphs explain why Lincoln Noah Stonewright is in Barrow, Alaska? Why? That's basically what you're trying to find out. Why is he in Alaska? So Underline key story events that explain where Lincoln is and what he plans to do. So those are the events that I want you to focus in on. Where he is, what's happening with this character. If he meets new characters, that's a key event. If he goes from one place to another place, a new setting, that's a key event. Things like that. So here is your key events in summary. You only really need to find 4 key events. However, if you found more, you can chunk them together, which is totally fine. Don't forget to check in with Mr. Losoya's Google Classroom PE silent reading. You are more than welcome to always do some freckle practice if you would like for ELA or math. Sora has some good reading material, and so does Epic. And also, please don't forget to click turn in when you are done with this assignment. I will see you all later today.